Hello, how are you? This is Resilient Lives, checking in on you to see how you're doing today. It's always a good time to check in with you and figure out how you're doing. We have been thriving and flourishing for a good while now. We've got this down pat. So I'm beaming my energy and love to you because we're getting good at this. Whew. So here we are. And it is after Mother's Day, and I had some flowers, and it's a beautiful day. The sun is shining. So how is it where you are? Well, what shall we talk about today? We've talked about so many things, and I'm hoping that any little nugget that we have contributed to this pandemic journey that you're on will just be a seed that's planted in your heart. A seed that starts out as an acorn and will grow into an oak. But a positive seed, a seed that's letting you know that we're going to make it through this. We certainly are. As the country is beginning to open up, different ones are being called back to work, and it is time that we probably did a little review because things are going to be a little different. I don't know if any of you have gotten the call to go back to looking at some of the things that you used to do. The world is still not flattened out, not here where we are. We're still in quarantine, but the end of the month is moving fast. So that means that we are going to be released to, I don't know what. That's just the thing. I know that some of us are more vulnerable than others, but we will all have to be careful. We'll have some choices to make. And why is that even important? I guess you're saying, well, why are you telling me this? Of course, I know I have to be careful. But some of us are starting to have some nightmares, nightmares about what could happen. And I just want to ease your mind that as long as we are disciplined and committed and doing all that we know, then we're going to be all right. And so I wanted to look at choices a little bit because I couldn't sleep last night. And I said, what is this? I can't sleep. Usually I can sleep pretty good. But I had lots of things on my mind. And of course, we know in the beginning, all the doctors and psychologists were saying the things that we need to do during the pandemic is to get some exercise and to get some rest. And I know they didn't say avoid stress, because how can you avoid stress? But these are constant things. These aren't, one of a time where you do it once. This is the new norm, the new skill set. And when I looked at the last book that I was reading, and the same author, Tom Rath, who wrote Fully Charged, has written a book about eat, move, and sleep. And I thought, well, that's kind of an interesting, of course we've got to eat, move, and sleep. What is that all about? And it seems like the part that I was missing, what the importance of looking at eat, move, and sleep is his background would show that he had a rare disease. And so he had to learn how everything that he ate was either a net gain or was a profit or a loss. Everything, every action that he did brought him closer to the tumors, or so he had to watch what he ate, and he had to move. The exercise was very helpful to him, and he had to rest, sleep, which is something that we have a problem doing when we're stressed. We have to find some way of doing that. And it's interesting because when I saw the Eat, Move, and Sleep, I was thinking Eat, Pray, and Love. I thought I'm getting this all mixed up, but there was a movie that was taken from a book that was Eat, Pray, and Love. And this was a true story about a woman who had thought she had her life together and everything fell apart. She was divorced, and so she went on a journey. And I don't remember all of it. I know that she went to Italy and enjoyed all of the delicacies in Italy. And then she went to India and learned how to pray. And then Indonesia, and she found someone to give her companionship. But the things that are in common in both of these are choices. They not only are choices, but they are evidence of the things that we have to do when we are dealing with issues. And in both these cases, this person, both of them were dealing with a traumatic incident. A divorce is a very traumatic issue, and tumors are very traumatic, and pandemic is really, really, really very traumatic. And so why am I reminding you? Well, I'm reminding you because we're getting ready to emerge in the world. Why am I doing this? Because we care for each other. And we started this journey so we could flourish. That means we could accomplish our goals, we could get through this. And it's important as we come down the narrow stretch here. We don't really know how long it's going to take before we can get into a new pattern, a new way of being, a new norm. But we do know that it's going to take us all together. Yesterday, we talked about being together and the healing power of togetherness. You know, how the man who won the lottery thought he had it all, and then by moving away from his friends and family into a new neighborhood, he lost it all, and it impacted his health. So as we bring all of these things together, we know that we need each other. We need the support that we're getting to thrive. We need to watch what we're eating. We need to move a little bit, because in moving, that also helps us deal with the stress. I mean, I'm still puzzled by living in this duality. Everything looks okay, but there is this dark shadow that we're dealing with. And so I just want to encourage you, please, just know that as we get ready to emerge out of this self-quarantine, we've got to be careful. We've got to take care of ourselves. We've got to rest. We've got to eat well. We've got to move around. And we want to live an intentional life, a well-meaning life. We want to live a life that we're going to be pleased with. So beaming my love. Take care, and we'll talk again. Bye-bye.